Hi everybody, we just came from the Canadian Grand Prix. It was a Mercedes win. George got P1. Brilliant weekend from Mercedes. He got pole, he got the race win, he got the fastest lap. Literally hat trick for him and Mercedes. P2, Max Verstappen stuck it out the whole race, got P2, good points for him. P3, we got Kimi Antonelli. Amazing weekend for him. He's the third youngest driver to get a podium in his rookie season. And Mercedes really look like they have a rising star because he drives great and really well-deserved podium for him. And there's more to come. So he secured the P3 for himself and Mercedes. That makes double podium for Mercedes and really good points for Mercedes. And we have a totally different podium from what we have experienced. Mercedes have not gotten a single win until now, and we don't know what buttons they hit, but it seems like Canada really agreed with their settings, with their car, with their drivers, and just an overall good points overhaul for them. Our usual podium consists of a McLaren. Like almost every race we have a McLaren on podium, but this time round they did not have podium. They had a really bad incident where I don't know what Lando was thinking, because he went for a gap or a space that was inexistent and literally took himself out, almost took his own teammate out, and it was really unnecessary because, I mean, yes, they can race, but why cost the team points? Why cost yourself the championship? Because now he got 0 points out of the whole race. I mean, if it means you getting a DNF and you getting P5, why choose a DNF? He knows better. He should know better. He shouldn't have done that. At the beginning of this year, I said the McLaren indecision to make it clear who's the number one driver will cost them, and this is one of them. Like in a team, you need team orders, you need order, you need strategies, you need someone to guide and direct what's happening. But McLaren have been letting their drivers to hard race. They have been letting their drivers to decide what goes on the track by themselves, and this is risky because on the track pressure is high. On the track things can get heated up. In the contention of the championship, somebody can make silly mistakes like what Lando did. So I really think McLaren need a proper direction on how their drivers need to race. Otherwise, that was so unnecessary. And it's interesting because everyone saw this coming at the beginning of the year when they said we don't have a number one driver, and everyone was asking, so when it comes to pull and shove, who gets to the finish line first, who gets priority to finish first? They said we'll let our drivers decide. And many drivers, even old drivers who used to race in Formula 1, said this is a really bad idea because on the track everyone is thinking about themselves, and it takes a really special person to be thinking about a teammate when they want the title, when they want the win. And so there needs to be order. The house needs to have one voice of reason, whereby the drivers know what is expected of them when it comes to hard racing between each other. Because it's really unfortunate when we have collisions and incidences in the race, and it's even worse if it's from teammates, because you're compromising your own team, you're compromising yourself. So, and it really doesn't make any sense, and they really cannot afford to have this again. So it's going to be tough, it's going to be messy. Championship battles are messy, and is it a good thing that it's teammates? I don't know. But definitely that changed the championship fight. The championship shifted because now Lando literally got 0 points, and you never know when you'll get your next win, so you don't do things like that to compromise yourself or your team, because it will have gone really bad where he would have also taken Oscar and the whole McLaren team will have gotten 0 points. And I hope they had a good discussion about it. We said it will happen. Other race drivers that have retired said it will happen, and it has happened, but we hope it will be the last time to happen, because they have a good car, they have good drivers. It will be a shame if they don't get the constructors, it will be a shame if they don't get the drivers championship, and yeah, they just need to get their house in order. If Lando does not win the championship title, he has himself to blame, because the mistakes he's making is like he has the good contending car for the title, but his mindset, his mentality, it's like he's not ready to be a champion, and it will affect him, because some of these things, when you have the good, you have skills, you have the good car, you have the best team, it all boils up to mental fight. So if you're not strong mentally to ensure that you win, if you're not strong mentally to ensure that you don't make mistakes like he did, he really will only have himself to blame if he doesn't win the championship title. He needs to put his head together. He needs to know what he wants and know the boundaries and limits. I mean, it's good to know how to race hard, it's good to know how to finish strong, but if you don't know your boundaries, you don't know your limits, you don't know when to stop, it can cost you everything. So anyway, Canada is synonymous with these groundhogs, these cute fluffy things coming out of the ground, and unfortunately for one, Lewis Hamilton hit one. So yeah, it messed up his floor, messed up his pace. He finished P6. The other Ferrari, Charles, finished P5. And he was actually visibly upset when he was told that he hit a groundhog, and that's what damaged his floor, and he came out P6. He loves animals, and it's sad also for us, because nobody wants anyone or any animal injured because of a race, and it's unfortunate, and I hope it doesn't happen again. The championship title contention changed drastically in the Canadian Grand Prix. Mercedes upped their constructors position to P2. Amazing weekend for the team, and they are at P2 in constructors, and I think we are seeing a championship shift where now Piastri looks more likely to win the I know it's one race, but Piastri looks more likely to win the drivers championship, having 5 wins and 8 podiums in the first 10 rounds, and he just looks calm, collected, strategic, and unfortunately it's like Lando's mindset or mentality is compromised because he's not able to stick it out, he's not able to avoid mistakes, he's not able to just push his car to win, and championship battles can be messy, and more so if it's teammates. So as much as we want action, it might be really disheartening for mostly Lando, in my perspective, and it can get messy, it can get ugly. We don't know what will happen in the remaining rounds, but I think in Canada we faced the championship shift where now everyone might start talking about a Piastri win more than they talk about a Lando win. He has a chance to turn it around, but will he build that mental capacity to do it? Because now it can get mental. He can be good at skills, he has a championship contending car, but will he be able to build his mentality to now fight for the championship and not make any more mistakes? Because one race really can change everything. We just wait and see what the rest of the season has in store, but really Canada, we saw a shift, and let's see what will happen. But yeah, we really saw a shift whereby now Ferrari is P3 also in the constructors, and yeah, anything can happen. It's we have 24 rounds, we are almost halfway, so we wait and see what the rest of the season holds. Off the track drama, we saw a safety car controversy after the race, where Red Bull launched a protest against George Russell's win. They said it was with regards to how he drove during the safety car period. So when the safety car came out, Red Bull seemed to have found something wrong with the way George drove during the safety car, and they launched a protest, and the two principals weighed in on it at the F1 premiere that happened later after the Grand Prix. Toto saying it was a petty protest, but of course Honda saying they have every right to protest about anything. And of course it's good to fight for your driver. I mean, if you protest and like George loses his win, it means Max is P1. So both are right in a sense, but that was the drama after. In other news, African F1 fans, we have something to smile about. Not in the recent future, because maybe it might take 3 years, but it seems that the FIA accepted the grade 1 design proposals that were presented for Kailami Grand Prix. It's one of the Africa's renowned circuits, motor racing circuits. It's used by so many championship and motor racing events, and it used to host Formula 1, but it's been 3 decades since. And they have a grade 2 certification from the FIA to host grade 2 competitions, but they didn't have the grade 1, where is the highest ranking standard that any circuit can be accepted to host Formula 1. But it seems the design they presented and their case that they presented has finally reached the FIA's ears, and they are really moving forward with it. And probably in 3 years we are going to see an F1 race in Africa again. Imagine, after 3 decades we are going to see Formula 1 race in African soil again. It's exciting for Formula 1 fans, especially those in South Africa, because we are near here. God willing, we'll get an opportunity to experience that. So we are excited about that. We thank everyone who's been involved to push for that, because yes, we see all these things on TV, but really seeing a Grand Prix live is many of our, like my dream, and many other fans that sometimes we meet together to watch the race. And through the TV screens we are excited, we are plugged in, but we really cannot imagine seeing it live. So looking forward for that. I don't know where I'll be, but I'm looking forward to attend it if it's possible, and to have the best experience, and just to show that Africa needs to be in the map of any competition that claims it's a world championship, because Formula 1 claims it's a world championship, so they really need to come back to racing in Africa. Saying I'm excited is an understatement. Yeah, I look forward to seeing Kailami Grand Prix race live, and all of the fans in Africa and South Africa. I see people coming out from other countries in Africa to come here, because you know, people try to choose what's near, like this opportunity. I'm sure so many Africans who are who don't even live in South Africa will take it, being that it's now the geography is not too far and it won't be too costly, especially the travels and everything. So bringing it closer to us is really something we appreciate. And yeah, let's hope everything goes well and it's actualized, the plans is actualized, the design is actualized, and the proposals are followed to the letter, and everything falls in place for the comeback of F1 to Africa. Yeah, I love the sound of that, the comeback of Formula 1 to Africa. amazing. Anyway, we are going to Austria next, round 11. I mean, McLaren did not show up in Canada, or they met their match. So I don't know what will happen in Austria, but it's Red Bull's home race, or rather it's the Red Bull ring. A lot of support for Red Bull there, a lot of support for Max there, and of course Max will pull out something from that Red Bull, and we wait and see what will happen. Round 11 of 24, and we wait and see what. So Mercedes pulled out something in Canada that I'm not sure if they'll be able to sustain, because if they're able to sustain, it means they'll be fighting and pushing for a near perfect weekend again, because really Canada was a near perfect. They didn't get P1, P2, but it was as perfect as they would have wanted, and quite unexpected. But if they pull the same strings or whatever they pulled in Canada in Austria, it means they're in for a fight for the podium again, and we wait and see what will happen. As usual, fingers crossed for a Ferrari podium, fingers crossed for a Ferrari win. All the best to all the drivers, all the best to all the teams. I'm Shiko. Have a wonderful week. God bless.